Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Hello. Welcome to day one of this epic 4-day training. Hello. Say hello as you're popping on. I'm going to have your comments here, and I'd love to hear from you. See who's joining. Hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. Today's session is going to be super juicy. I hope you're prepared. And to prepare, I want you to take out your notebooks. I want you to settle in. I want you to tune in because this is just day one of 4 days to equip you with the must-haves of selling out an offer, even if you have a small audience. So if you're new to my world, I'm Christina Gomes, and I help soul-led entrepreneurs create, launch, and sell high-value offers and attract high-paying clients and fun to work with clients consistently. Consistently is the key word of the week. So write that down, and we're going to get into that over the next 4 days. But what I want you to know before we dive in is that I want you to make this moment matter. All right? I want you to show up the way that you are committed to showing up for your business for the rest of your life. All right? I want you to be present to this transmission because there is going to be a golden nugget of wisdom, something that I'm bound to say that could be the thing that grows your business to that 6-figure success. So today's topic is all about transitioning from low-cost workshop facilitator to a well-paid guide with a sought-after offer, right? Sought after, meaning people are seeking you out to help them. When this happens, you don't have to work so incredibly hard to sell out your offers and to meet those 10K consistent months, month after month. Today is going to be super important for you to pay attention to because I know that you are done with being overlooked. You're done with everyone on the dang interwebs having booked out coaching practices, sold out group programs, and you're still possibly the industry's best kept secret. As a soul-led entrepreneur, this is no good for the soul. Let yourself be known. Let yourself be seen. The more that you're seen, the more that the world has the opportunity to get to know you, buy from you, love you, offer you their presence in trade for your wisdom, offer you their money in trade for your wisdom. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that. All right, let's dive in, okay? Today, I'm also going to get into the 4 phases of soul-led entrepreneurship and help you identify which phase you're in so that you can truly transition in this session today from low-cost workshop into a well-paid guide with a sought-after offer, right? But first, we have to understand what high-paying clients are looking for, right? Clients that are ready to invest and don't need a lot of help overcoming objections. They are not looking for cheap. They are actually ready for real help. Yeah. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to help you to position yourself as that real help in a 3-step process. But for today, let's understand the psychology of sought after offers. Now, sought after offer in my world is one that has the potential to get known by name. I have the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. You may have heard of this immersion by name before. You want your offer to get known by name. You want to be seen, heard, and known for the epic work that you do. And make sure actually that you come to day 3 and 4 live, because if you do, I'm going to invite only those who come live to a very special bonus Zoom call where I'm going to help you to name your offer something catchy, irresistible. I mean, I'm a poet at heart, and this is a kind of side gift of mine is I've been able to help name a few of my clients' epic offers. And I want to help you to channel your own name for your offer, because when you give your offer a name, and this I usually reserve for my private clients, but when you give your offer a name, it's like really seeing your offer for the true potential that it has to really create results for your dream clients. So back to what high-paying clients are truly seeking. Now, maybe you're thinking a one-off session or workshop is a great idea. And I've given them all over the world. I traveled to over 30-something countries offering my presence, my gifts, my wisdom in workshop style presentations and sessions. And it's been so lovely. And what I got in trade for that was like a ticket to a festival. Cute, right? And now I'm at a stage in my life where I'm ready to be highly paid for my gifts and talents. And I have a feeling that you are too. Now, high-paying clients like myself love to be brought to their edges. I love that feeling of spending more money on myself and my development than I ever have before. It activates something deep inside of me. You want to give people the opportunity to be expanded by you, right? So you've got to offer your people something that is going to bring them to their edge and have them stretched into what they thought was capable for them. Yeah. And that starts from the transaction. When we are not fully invested in some way, either time, energy, money, then the teachings, they land just a little bit differently. That's why I often say in these emails before I have these trainings, like, imagine that this free event costs $1 million, because that's how I'm going to show up. That's how I show up in my containers. That's how I show up as a coach. And I guarantee that's how you show up as a coach, as a guide, as a transformational facilitator. You're really there as a channel for someone's healing, for someone's growth, for the messages that are moving through you. And so you just get to expand in your prices to help your people expand, right? Your presence in your offer acts as a container for people's growth. But let's talk about your growth for a moment, yeah? With all your skills of transformation, your tools, certifications, wisdom, and years of experience and practice, you just get to decide that 10K months is an energetic minimum for you. You get to decide that. You get to go into your business going 10K months, and from that place, not putting pressure or rush on yourself, but deciding that you will make that happen, and it takes as long as it takes. And with support, it collapses the timeline. It takes a shorter timeline when you know exactly how to make that happen. And yet, you get to decide, and you get to decide here and now, right in this session, that you will no longer run around with low-cost, accessible workshops, and you will create something. And in day 3, I'm going to download you with the 4 ingredients of a high-value offer, so you don't have to question what that offer could look like. But right now, you get to decide that you are accessible. Check out how accessible I am right now. Check out how freely, when I'm in an overflow of abundance, money, friendships, love, how freely I'm able to give. This 4-day event is completely free because I love it. I love to give to my audience. I value this group. I value your presence. I value that you're here with me, all 13 of you. And so I'm accessible, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. And there has to be a divide between what you allow what you give and who gets the most of you, and what is behind the closed doors inside your container, right? And we're going to get into some maths in just a moment so you can see that 10K consistent months are not as hard to achieve as you may think. So say you desire 10K consistent months, right? And we're just all in agreement that that's actually our energetic minimum. About now in my business, I'm making 20K consistent months. Your offers right now most likely consist of workshops, one-off sessions. Maybe you have a 6-week program. And say you charge $100 for this workshop. Now, we're getting into mathematics here. A few of you know I'm not so great at the maths, but this is pretty easy math. And by my calculations, you need 100 people to sign up for your workshop to meet 10K consistent months. Well, maybe you're thinking it's easier to sell a $100 workshop than it is to sell a 2K, a 5K, or an 8K offer. I'm just going to say no. I'm just going to say no. In my experience of helping over 100 solid entrepreneurs with their businesses and making consistent income, it simply and truly is not. You still need the right message, whether you have a $100 offer or an 8K offer. You still need the right message. You still need to do market research. You still need to know your audience deeply. You need a sales page. You need a lot to show up in your presence and offer, even to invite people into a $100 workshop. Now, you also will still get questions and you will still get objections, no matter the price point of your offer. So you still need to also deliver this offer. And I know you are the type to over deliver, right? You just are. That's who you are. So you get to actually have an offer that allows you to do that, that you're actually met in that energetic price point that allows you to give in the way that you're naturally going to give anyway. And also the clients that you're really desiring to work with, the ones that show up to your discovery calls ready to invest, they are a little more sophisticated. They have probably already taken the little workshops and spent hours on YouTube searching for the answers to their unique problem. Make sure you come tomorrow where I'm going to help you to position yourself as the answer to someone's Google search. But say you somehow did call in 100 people to a workshop and you met your 10K month. Now, I know that you want to do this consistently. Now, some of my clients are here right now and they want reoccurring revenue. My clients aren't trying to be a one-hit wonder. They want a sustainable business that replaces their 9-to-5. I remember my 10K month. My first 10K month. And I didn't stop there. The next month, I had a 10K week. And then a few months later, I had a $38,000 launch, then a $55,000 launch, then a $20,000 launch, then a $15,000 launch. This launch currently, doors aren't even open. And I think it's a $30,000 launch. And what I want for you is to know that you will rise when you have a high value offer that is known by name. So my clients, and some of you are here, so let the people know, my clients, they want spaciousness. They desire to take their businesses anywhere in the world. I've taken my business to Peru. I've taken my business now. I live in beautiful Lake Atitlan, Guatemala. I spend my weekends like chilling with my friends, pool parties. Like I don't work all that much actually. And those of you who are my friends, you see that. But I'm not actually working so hard because the high value offer does most of the work for me. The way that I've put together my high value offer to be attractive to high paying clients does the work. And obviously, I know that I'm good at what I do, so that helps. So I have a feeling you already know that you're great at what you do and you're here because you want to get your work in front of more people. Right? My calendar has a few coaching sessions a week booked on it. I have 4-day weekends, like I said, and I just recently made $8,000 while at a spa. Okay. I know you want your space and eat it too. Who wants their space and eat it too? Like, give me a heck yes if you are ready to just have more spaciousness so that you get to be filled up. Why I'm so present and in overflow with my clients is because I'm filled up. I have space for my own practices. I have space for my own life. I have space for deep connections. I have space for me and what's important to me. I have like 4 coaches right now. And we want you to be that highly supported so that when you get into your containers, you're not burnt out. You're not giving from a space of like neediness, but you're giving from a space of full presence, right? So I want to ask you now, do you have the capacity right now to hold 100 people through the deep depth of transformation that you're ready to hold them through? A long lasting transformation takes a transformational process. Now, maybe you don't have your own signature transformational process yet, and that's okay. One thing we do inside the Conscious Creative Business Immersion is I help you to create a signature methodology that's all your own, that sets you apart from the average guide and lets you stand behind the results you help your clients create. Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design an offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create. With a 2K offer, you only need 5 clients a month to meet 10K consistent months. And with the 5K offer, you only need 2 clients a month to meet 10K consistent months. If you're not ready to charge that, we can explore together why. You can receive coaching around that. You can receive the energetic up levels of being inside my container and being with somebody who charges $14,000 to work with them. Hi, that's me. And that naturally elevates you, yes, but I'm also going to teach you how to do it, how to make it happen, right? Because imagine how deeply you could pour into a handful of clients versus that feeling of burnout of getting 100 different questions from 100 different clients that you never build the depth of relationship with that you like to have with people, right? So if you're good at what you do, I can help you call in high-paying clients. And here's where the audience part comes in, right? I made a post today saying size doesn't matter. I'm really cheeky like that. But when it comes to your soul-led business, size really doesn't matter of your audience. Everyone in your audience is not going to buy from you. And that's truth, and that's okay. A percentage of people will. So selling to 100 people, to me, actually feels more overwhelming with a smaller audience. Integrity selling is something we're going to go over deeply in day 4. So make sure you join live for that session. But in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, I also teach my clients my signature soulful framework for selling to be able to hold space for a sale that feels good for you and your potential clients. I teach my clients how to make sales posts, get more discovery calls booked, and then how to really invite people from the call into their program. And I teach you how to have sales conversations that aren't pushy or convincing. But how many, think about this right now for your $100 workshop, how many sales conversations would you need to have to sell to 100 people? Industry standards show that 1 to 3% of people who see your offer will buy. Now, that's with if you have a great message, if you have a magnetic presence. Now, let's say you do, because I know some of you, I know that you're cool, you're magnetic, your content is epic. And that is still, even if 10% of people bought, or 10% of people say that the industry standard was 10% of people, that is still a shit ton of sales conversations that maybe you don't have time for because you're too busy being supported. You're too busy receiving support from your coaches. You want to live your life, your full life, right? So I love sales conversations. I love holding space for a transformational sale because the sales conversations I have are transformational. People come into my discovery calls and they're transformed in some way, whether they buy or not. And I don't just sell to get a yes. And that's something that we're going to go into on day 4. But a yes isn't what we're after. A right fit is what we're after. So even in your sales conversations, you get the opportunity to know your people deeper, right? And when you are selling at a higher price point, when you're selling a high value offer and you have a long form offering that gives you reoccurring revenue, it also gives you time and space to create a deeper connection. I'm in maybe month 3 or 4 with some of my clients, say hello. And we're just now cracking the surface of some of the things that it takes a little while to reveal because trust sometimes takes time. Now, if you are looking at your network right now, online and offline, for sure, we both know 2 people that can use your help. We know 2 to 5 people that can use your help. So even if you have a small audience, you have friends who have friends. Now, we all are getting to know each other here and now. Maybe you interact with some of the people in the comments. Maybe you share your content in my group and you start to form friendships. You can also start to form referral friendships where you and another person from this group, you do 2 different things, but we refer each other to each other. Actually, there's Tiffany's in this lesson right now, and I referred my client Jennifer, who is also in this lesson right now, to her. She was looking for a Mayan timekeeper. Just so happened to work with the best Mayan timekeeper in the world. That's how much I believe in my clients and know how good at what they are. So I've already connected them to, and now it's their responsibility to deepen that connection if they so choose, if they feel a resonance, if they feel a calling. But those little nuggets, those little connection points, we never know how far it will go. We never know how one seed is going to grow in the minds and hearts of somebody that we've planted that in. And you can also give somebody 10%. Like I have a referral program. If you refer someone to me, you get 10% of the sale. Hit me up if you know someone who wants to join the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, right? So let's just take a deep breath. How do you feel about your prices right now? I know price can sometimes bring up a lot in people. So I'm going to go through the 4 phases of soul-led entrepreneurship that I have developed. And I want you during this time to see where you land, to tune in, listen deeply, and to see where you land, and to also see where you want to be, right? So the first stage of soul-led entrepreneurship that I have encountered, what I want you to know is that things are going to come up around pricing, but getting stuck is a choice. I can help you get unstuck. Getting unstuck involves receiving support. It involves letting the stuff come up, moving what is coming up, and grounding your price in your bones and practicing selling at that price point. Shocking yourself when somebody buys your 4-figure offer, maybe even your 5-figure offer, right? I mean, the first time I sold a $14,000 offer, it's not like I was like totally like, oh, of course. There was a part of me that was like, of course. And there was also a part of me that was like doing backflips, even though I don't actually know how to do backflips. I want to offer you that if you are grounded in your own things, if you are leading and guiding yourself consistently around your own blocks around money, around your own things with selling, around your own value, and when you show up for these sales calls, knowing, in a deep knowing, then when people have objections, you'll be able to lead and guide them because you have moved the objection within yourself. And then this is something that I deeply work with my clients on in my containers, is they may be experiencing objections. And we're going to get into that tomorrow as well, because I want to actually position you with my 3-step formula as someone who doesn't get objections. I hardly get objections anymore. People come to my calls ready to buy. At this point in my business, I am phasing out sales calls, because when you know what I know and you know how to present your offer artfully in the online space, then people, they already feel like they deeply know what they're going to receive from your offering. And so they come to your sales calls with less objections because you artfully handle your objections beforehand in your content. Now that's a bit high level, it's a bit deep, but if you get what I'm throwing down, we can go deeper inside the conscious creative business immersion. It's exactly what I teach in my Create method and the transformational sales module. I really help you personally to guide you through what is happening in your business. When I have my eyes on your business and what are the objections that you are personally receiving, then we get to work that out together, because maybe it's something that you haven't been able to face within yourself, right? And we just get to do that work and become an energetic match for high paying clients. All right, let's get to the first stage of soul-led entrepreneurship that I've identified as the conscious creator. So in this stage, you are creating content, but you're not making offers. You have many visions, ideas, notebooks, and genius pieces of content written, but you aren't using social media as potently as you could be to amplify your message. People tell you you're an inspiration. They pop into your DMs to celebrate you because they love your energy, but they are not exactly sure what it is that you do or how you can help them. You might at this stage have money trickling in here or there from your workshops and one-off sessions. You might have a few people that join your workshops consistently and your events, but not at the price point that you would like to be charging. You're not sure exactly how to find the kinds of clients who desire deep and long-lasting transformations, and they pay a high-end price for that. Your people rave about your workshops and one-off sessions, but you don't have a specific process you take your people through to replicate those results. And what you might have tried in this stage is you might have tried comparing yourself to other guides, looking around to what other guides are doing in your area of knowledge. You've looked at their prices. Maybe you felt discouraged, right? Hand over your heart if this is happening for you. This is okay. This is a beautiful stage to be in. I was here just a few years ago. And in this stage, you might have tried creating some content, but inconsistently. And you were like feeling like it's not getting enough traction, right? You might have downloaded content calendars that collect dust. You might have joined accountability groups that don't actually hold you accountable. You might be fussing over brand colors, graphics, and your website, waiting for clients to book a call by how pretty your feed is. Now, here you might be learning about Instagram hacks to try to grow your audience. And the feeling that comes up when I was in this stage, and for the clients that come to me in this stage, they're feeling fearful of making their sacred calling their full-time gig. The money you make in this stage is not replacing your 9-to-5. So you still have to work odd jobs or creatively draining work to support yourself. You aren't going all in on your business. You may feel half in, half out, and unfortunately, you're not meeting your income goals here. And this is why I help so many people at this stage, because I really want to help you create consistent revenue months because it is a life changer. It is a life changer to have that safety in your nervous system of knowing that you can create offers that feel creatively inspiring. You can create offers that feel attuned to your creativity and not be worrying a bit about money. We don't want to mix our creative expression with money. It happens, and you just get to receive support around disentangling that. And in the beginning, it may feel like that. So if you're in this stage, I invite you to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. And I invite you to also hear deeply and listen to the next stage. Maybe you're already there, or maybe you're on the edge and you can see a way forward by listening to this next stage that I call the visionary leader. So in this stage, you are the boldest person you know, but you're not yet known for your message. Known, deeply known, right? You're the internet's best kept secret. And if only more people knew your story, more people would buy from you. You're awesome at what you do. You have multiple certifications and qualifications, but your audience doesn't seem to be engaging with your content at the level that you would like them to, right? You live your life out loud, right? How many of you are bold in this group? I see you. I know you. I know many of you. You live your life out loud, and your many offerings are your many works of art, but they aren't bringing you in more than 2K to 5K months, right? You haven't yet created your masterpiece. You haven't created your signature high value offer that you can get known for. At this stage, you may have a full schedule helping people in Zoom rooms, meetings, workshops, and events, but you wish for more freedom. You have some sales calls, but not all your calls lead to easeful sales. You are ready to be highly valued for your gifts, wisdom, and presence, but you might feel afraid that if you raise your prices, you'll have to start all over finding a different audience. That's a tough one. And it's not true, by the way, but many of my clients at this stage, I have many clients that come to me at this stage and they feel this way. So I want to identify this for you and just let what's coming up come up, breathe through it. It's all okay. And I am here to guide you to where you want to be. So your clients here at this stage are getting results, but you know that they could get even better, more potent results. And you know you could have raving testimonials, but you don't seem to have a lot of them yet. You don't have that page of testimonials that really positions you as that high-level go-to guide. So you're leading so potently in this stage that maybe even you're on the edge of burnout, feeling like you shouldn't add any more to your plate. But you know something has to change. You feel like there is a better way. You're in leadership mode all day, so you don't have as much time for your own practices here as you would like. Maybe in this stage, you lead more than you receive, right? So in this phase, you know you want to create deep and long-lasting change for the world and usher in a new paradigm. You want to be the change. You want to share your gifts, but you're already full with all that you're doing. So you stay stuck in that in-between phase between visionary leader and embodied entrepreneur. So what you might have tried in this phase is buying marketing courses and never finishing them because there is already too much on your plate, right? Building an expensive website that you're not sure if people are even clicking to, creating more small offers to try to make more money to someday gain the freedom that you actually desire now and deserve now. You're looking for social media managers, but not feeling like you can afford to hire them or have enough of an embodied message that you can hand off to a team. Maybe you join a bunch of Facebook groups in hopes of finding clients, but feel overwhelmed by how many Facebook groups you're in and still don't have enough clients. And you are getting more organized with a Trello board, but you actually don't use the dang thing for more than a week, right? And you don't even have to admit if you're doing these kind of actions. I just have seen so much of this that I want you to know that you're not alone. And I was there and I still have made over $250,000 in sales in my business. And much of that was created in the last 6 months, going all in on one high value offer and also being supported in ways that I have never been supported before. If you're resonating, I serve you and I can help you become an embodied entrepreneur, which is the next phase. And then there's an even next phase. So keep listening, right? So in this phase, you are making money, maybe 2K to 5K a month, but not from your most sacred calling. It's sporadic and your revenue isn't consistent. You aren't yet known for one thing, so people often need many follow-ups with you before they invest. Your message feels on autopilot maybe and feels like there is something that you're missing, but you might be afraid that in order to make the money you desire, you'll have to give up more time and you don't freaking have it. But I want to give you back your time. I want to give you back your freedom. I want to create and co-create with you a business that gives you space and help you to become an embodied entrepreneur. And if you're even more intrigued, the next level, listen up. The embodied entrepreneur is phase 3 of the 4 phases. And in this phase, your message connects with Dream to Work with clients and has them reaching out to you, asking when your next offer is happening, making your sales process less work. The price of your offers here are grounded in your system. So saying your price out loud feels like saying where you're from. And people are happy to pay in full at that price. You know beyond a shadow of a doubt that when you launch your offer, you will sell out your offer with Dream to Work with clients. Every time. Wouldn't that feel good? You love showing up live weekly. I mean, I work with a lot of people who just do not enjoy that. I clearly enjoy that. If you've been in my world for a while, you know that I've consistently shown up live in this group for over 3 years. I love it to bits. I love sharing my voice. And it wasn't always that way. Before that, I was very frightened. I was held back by different things that I worked through, that I just worked through, that I committed to working through. And in this phase of embodied entrepreneurship, you're embodied in your lives, you're embodied in your content, and your call to actions lead people clearly to the next step with you. Dream clients book calls with you every time you show up and share your voice. You are consistent with your message. If it feels fun, it feels fun actually at this stage for you to show up online. You know how to communicate your gifts to your right fit clients so they are filled with desire to work with you and fill out your applications months in advance. But at this stage, you may be doing everything on your own. You might have systems, but you are still carrying them out by yourself or with only one other human. So this is the phase that I help people to get to and in this phase, you are making 10K to 20K months on repeat and no longer have that up and down income roller coaster. Wouldn't that be nice? I want to share with you a story of one of my clients, Amy, who came to me with many different jobs. She was a caretaker. She had a vintage shop. She was not a yoga teacher, but she was a yoga teacher at one point, but she's actually a Hana somatics facilitator. And if she's watching, she can tell you more about what that means. You may have seen her interview because her success was like faster than the average person, because I don't work with average clients anymore. I work with folks like you who are ready. And when you're ready, that it makes a big difference. And so Amy came ready. She was like, I'm not going to have all these jobs anymore. She is a mother to a young child. She's a wife. She's a caretaker. And she was ready to focus on a high value offer. She raised her prices to 6K for her group offering. She sold out her group offering and she sold out 2 one-to-one spaces in her mentorship within a month of working together. And she made $20,000 altogether from our container, and she's still going. Her content is potent. It's funny. It's deep. It's true to her. And all we did was take her low-cost workshops, ditch them, and go high value. focus on the high value offer and focus on a launch strategy that was going to help her get seen by high paying clients only. And that launch strategy comes as a bonus in the conscious creative business immersion. You don't have to desire to have group programs to work with me, but if you are launching or desire to launch group programs, then this is going to be an amazing opportunity for you to be fully supported in that launch process. Now, the skills I teach of messaging, marketing, and sales apply to you if you also are a one-to-one healer, workshop facilitator, mentor, and coach or guide in some way. And groups are not better or worse, but you get to sell in ways and sell what feels good for you to sell right now. We'll go over that in day 3 when I channel the 4 ingredients of a high value offer. So it doesn't matter if it's one-on-one or group, but that it feels high end, high value, because it is with these 4 ingredients. But I want to also tell you about the Savvy Soulpreneur, which is the stage of business that I'm in that I would love to help you to rise into as well. And I call this the Savvy Soulpreneur. And in this stage, you have a crystal clear embodied message that calls in your most resonant, ready to invest clients on repeat. You know exactly where your next client has come from. There's no guessing game with this. You have a standout social media presence that makes you the go-to guide for your right fit clients, so they come to sales calls already sold every time. Your sales feel light and fun and transformational. In this phase, you have a packaged up signature offer aligned with your sacred calling and your own unique methodology that you can get well known for and well paid for, right? This is exactly what I cover in the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I teach you exactly how to become this savvy soulpreneur where 6 figures is available for you. So check the link in the description or the comments after this session and apply if you're like, yes, please, I want this. In this phase of business, you have a proven launch formula that has you love launching your offers, combined with the simple sales journey that takes your audience from stranger on the dang internet to all up inside your offer, all up inside it, getting beautiful, brag-worthy results, giving you that page of testimonials you always dreamed of, right? Here you also have systems and standard operating procedures. Why I don't work more than 20 hours a week is because I delegate like a boss. I give my work that I don't want to do to other people who are highly qualified to do it, right? But you got to develop those systems first. And in module 4 of my signature create methodology that I have inside of my conscious creative business immersion, I hand you over the systems that I use in my business to repurpose content, to be in multiple places at once, to have an ecosystem of content that speaks directly to the clients that are going to come to your sales call saying, yes, please take my money. Let's do this. When do we start? Because I want you to stay in your zone of brilliance as the CEO. You are the face of your company. You're the creative director. You're brilliant. You're a genius. And those little admin tasks are weighing you down, right? In this phase of business, you make 10K, 20K, even 50K months working less than you ever have before, maximum 20 hours a week. And then you have the ability to take long vacations. As you may have heard, I just made over $8,000 on a spa weekend, right? This was not my life before. And many of you have seen me in my van dwelling days. You know me from those days of living in tents around the world, discovering my purpose, unraveling my purpose. That was a fine place to be in. And you're somewhere different. You're ready. And in that phase, I said, I'm living in my van and I was doing some crazy things for money. Not so crazy. Get your head out of the gutter, but some things that just were draining my energy. And I decided no more. I live in this van for this many months more. I am making less than $1,000 a month for this many months more. And it just did what other people only dream of doing. But you're that kind of person that has big dreams, and you're not afraid to roll up your sleeves and take the aligned actions that are necessary if you want to have this kind of business where you are truly free in your business, knowing exactly what you're doing in every moment, and you're wildly wealthy, doing only work you love, right? Wealth pours from you. Wealth pours forth from you. Yeah. I feel wealthy. I'm not worried about money. I'm not in the streets haggling for 10Q. I live in Guatemala. Quetzales is our local currency. I'm not haggling over it. It's like, okay, I'm in overflow. What can we do to so that everyone in my life feels in overflow? And that's how I walk. And you get to walk like that now before the evidence is in your bank account. And that's what I need from you. If you desire to walk that way now, as if you are already a millionaire, then let's play, because your results are just going to happen faster. The story I told about Amy was, of course, she had questions. Of course, she had her things come up, and we just coached around it, right? We just coached around it. But you got to take that initial action of decision, which is an action, because you take a step in that decision. Decision isn't made from racking your brain and swirling around in this brain space. Decision comes from that first step, from that action place. And the action is aligned with that energy of, I'm not going anywhere. This is sustainable. This is my start. This is that story. And so I have a story of me on the couch in my mom's house, 34 years old, right? I had been to 30 something countries. I had received a master's degree. I have lived out a life as a psychotherapist. I had lived out a life as a chick dumpster diving in different places in the world. I have lived as a vagabond. I have lived as, I'm going to say it, a rich bitch. I've lived it all. But that story of me being on my mom's couch going, that's it. I'm putting out my first high value offer. It's taking a month, and I did it. I filmed an offer. I made a bunch of mistakes. I undercharged, but the offer was good. I made some money, and then boom, I took another step. I made another offer, and I made another offer until I decided that I wanted to put out my signature offer, the one that I knew was going to truly, truly help people. And I've made it better over time. I don't want to get too deep into what a signature soul aligned offer looks like, because that's what we're going to do on day 3. So let's get into some questions. What questions do you have for me? All of this sounding lovely. I'm going to go through. Koi says I'm all in, but when I think of the money, I'm like, where is it? Sometimes I think me stopping to think about money pulls me away. Right. And I'll give you an example. I have spent money time and time again that I didn't have on myself, on my business, on my self-development. That's where the money comes from. Money comes from your clients, your potential clients, knowing that you're the go-to guide. So money in your business, in the business that we have, comes from your clients trading you money for the service that you offer. So how do they know that? Your message. So your message is the moneymaker, your content, and you creating consistently in the deep knowing that your offer is legit. So it's like your content's going to get better when your offer is legit. That is why I created the Conscious Creative Business Immersion, to help you know deep in your bones that your offer is the offer that's going to help your dream clients. I help you identify who those clients are. I help you to speak right to them in your content so that you don't have to guess where money comes from, so that you can feel brave enough to make big, bold investments in yourself. And when you make big, bold investments in yourself, you become a safe space for people to make those kind of investments in themselves as well. Like, how can you dare sell a 2K offer if you've never paid 2K? How can you dare ask anything of someone that you yourself are not engaging in, and this is not just for you, Koi, this is channeled for the whole collective, but for everyone. If you're struggling raising your prices, ask yourself, do a gut check. Have I ever paid for this amount? And maybe you have. And then that's great. And then we get to work through other things and something else is coming up. And that's lovely. It's not only that sells your offer, but as soon as I bought full in a 2K offer, I was able to raise my prices to 2K with no problem. As soon as I just recently jumped into a $50,000 offer, that's it. That I hold myself to that energetic alignment and people feel that. So when I talk about money, when I talk about pricing, when I talk about me being able to help you, I just know that I can truly deeply help you because I am getting support. I am that person that works on herself consistently. I make bold, edgy, scary decisions for me and my business. So why wouldn't I be able to help you do that? And then that ripple effect happens in the world. And that's what I'm here for. I can feel that ripple effect. When one of my clients tells me about the results that their clients make, that's what I do this for. I can feel that expression all around me, right? So let's see. Jessica says, I paid over $200K in self-transformation. I'm well invested to charge $6K for my offer. Amazing. I love that. I love that so much. Right. And from that place, you get to deepen your skills. So from that place, you get to practice your skills. You get to deepen your skills. And that's beautiful. And a lot of you have invested a lot of money in your yoga teacher trainings and your certifications and your self-development. And I want you to ask yourself if you've invested that much money in your business. And because this is a little gap that I see, is that folks we're like, oh, I want to take this training on sexual empowerment. I want to take this training on my next level skill set. That's lovely. I love it. I work with a lot of people who do deep work. And I surround myself with only people who do deep work. That's beautiful. And business support is that deep work. I'm that deep work for your business because I do that work all the time. So I invite you, even if you've invested in yourself, to ask yourself then, do I have the skills that I feel are necessary to sell at this price point? If you do, amazing. And if things are coming up for you, do you have the support? Because I would love to support any one of you through the things that are coming up for you and regularly. When you get into a room of multiple people doing the dang thing, showing up in their businesses at a level that inspires you, things shift. They shift naturally. Mix that with 6 modules of deep how-to skills to be able to sell a high-value offer to 10K consistent months. You just can't mess this up. There's just no way that you can mess this up. It's just that simple. With my support, you will be able to create 10K consistent months in a feel-good way, in a way that you feel like an embodied entrepreneur, not someone who is scrapbooking their business together on freebies and random podcasts. You want to feel like the CEO. The thing my clients say to me the most is that I feel like a CEO. I feel like I know what I'm doing in my business. I don't feel like I'm questioning my next step. And that's really beautiful. So if there's no other questions, I want you to stay tuned for tomorrow, where we are going to go over my 3-step process to stop attracting people with multiple objections and position yourself as someone that people would pay thousands of dollars to work with. Give me a heck yes, give me thousands of dollars, give me your favorite emoji, money emoji in the comments if you're ready to position yourself as someone who people would pay thousands of dollars to work closely with. And we are going to wrap up. I love you all so much. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your gifts. So it's so lovely to see you all here, and I will see you tomorrow.